Yeah, if there was one thing you could change about Dreams, what would it be?
Oh, I think I think I think we should have had a character like Sackboy. I think that I don't know whether it would be Sackboy, but I would have loved to see. And this is hindsight, it's 2020. But I think that Sackboy is a huge part of Little Big Planet. You can't. I think you can take Sackboy out of. How do I put it? Um, I think I changed my mind on Dreams. Sometimes I think that it would have been better as a tool on PC and not as a PlayStation game. But then I don't think it would have ever existed. I don't think it would have come out in the first place. So then I think, well, no, okay, how could I have, been happier with how it came out on PlayStation? I think the answer is, uh, I wish it had been more of a gamey game. I wish it had more character to it, and I think that Sackboy is what gave us that in Little Big Planet, and I think Dreams lack that. But that's just my 2 cents. That's me trying to figure out after the fact what I would have changed. I'm very proud of the technical aspects of Dreams. I think that Dreams is a wonderful thing in itself. It's just a thing that doesn't feel like a particularly PlayStation game. It's a wonderful anomaly, and people look at it and go, "How does this exist?" And I have to say, I don't know how it exists. I'm very happy that it does, but it was a fish out of water a little bit.
Right, and regarding Tearaway as a programmer, I've been fascinated about I'm GUI, and I was surprised to hear it was created for Tearaway. Was it intended to be an open source project from the very start?
So that's the creation of a lovely man called Omar Cornu, who you should ask him on Twitter. I'm sure he'll tell you the full history. But the idea of immediate mode GUI, I'm GUIs, came from his previous job at Q Games, which is also an awesome studio. And so that was like the idea of an immediate mode GUI, as opposed to the one that everyone now knows as Dear I Am GUI, the one that Omar made. And so he sort of took those ideas and kind of coalesced them into something just for Tearaway. It wasn't for open source, but it was such a useful tool, and we were using it so much that at some point, I think he was thinking of leaving Media Molecule at that point anyway, and he said, "Can I please take those ideas that I did and redo the code, but carrying it forward as an open source project?" Especially given the ideas predated Media Molecule, we said, "Of course, can." And we actually were sponsoring it for a while. Media Molecule sponsored it, the project for a while, and yeah. So I love the fact that it was able to kind of flourish outside of Media Molecule, because we found it incredibly useful, and Omar has kind of tended and curated that garden for years, which I think is wonderful. And if you're out there using it and you work at a company that's using it, consider sponsoring the project, because I think it's an enormously valuable bit of infrastructure, and there's not enough people kind of giving Omar the love he deserves.